So I just started recording a video and got a phone call in the middle of it. So I'm going to try this again. This is take 2. So I haven't done a video in I think over a month. So I wanted to do an update and just kind of let you know what's going on, how I'm doing, how things are going, and yeah. I'm also recording for the first time for this channel on my new iPad. We had old iPad 1s that didn't have cameras, and finally it was just, they could not function well enough, so so we got new ones, and I'm hoping that I'll be able to figure out a way that it's easier to make videos on here than on my computer. But I had some trouble yesterday with a video being too long to upload to YouTube. So, I don't know. We'll see. So, things are going relatively well for me. I am 33 weeks pregnant now, which is 7.5 months. I have a little under 7 weeks left until my due date. My due date is April 30th. I've all along been thinking that I was going to go past my due date. Like, not a long time past it, but that he would be born in May. I'm not so sure because, at this point now, because my sister, who was pregnant, had her baby the day before her due date. So, and my mom always had us, early or right around our due date. So, I'm not really sure what to think. Like, if family history has anything to do with it, then, it might be closer to my due date than I was thinking. But anyway, I'm not really looking for him to come early. So I'm 33 weeks. In 4 weeks, I will be considered full term. So, at least I'm confident that I will at least make it till then. But, we'll see if he decides to come early rather than later. I also feel like we just have a lot to do and get done. I'm starting to, as I see the number of weeks and days and everything tick down, it's a little bit anxiety-provoking, and, there's just a lot to do, and it's not, part of it is getting stuff ready here for him to come. Part of it is, preparing for labor and delivery and, all of that kind of stuff. And part of it is just preparing to not be a family of 2 anymore and turn, all of a sudden have this baby that we have to take care of and who totally changes our lives and everything. Right now, it's as easy as it's going to be for us to get out and do stuff and, have date nights together and stuff like that. And, in 2 months, it's going to be much more difficult. So, I feel like I'm trying to squeeze in as much as I can before he comes, and at the same time, I'm so exhausted that it's hard. We had planned to go to the movies this past Saturday. We wanted to see Oz, the new Oz movie, Oz the Great and Powerful. Saturday I was just feeling awful, so exhausted, just couldn't really get going, and kind of nauseous and short of breath, and my back was hurting, and just all kinds of stuff. So I was like, I can't do that. I can't make it out to the movies. So we ended up going Sunday. Ended up not being able to see Oz because it was sold out for both of the showings that were around the time when we went. So we ended up seeing Identity Thief instead, which was a good movie. It was amusing, it was good that we still got to see a movie. But now we need to schedule a time to go and actually see Oz. So anyway, so I had a doctor's appointment today with my Lyme doctor, who's also my primary care doctor, and it was a really good appointment, very positive. It's kind of amazing to both of us how few issues I've had during the pregnancy related to Lyme and stuff, and just in general. It's been a pretty easy pregnancy overall, and the fact that I've been needing so little fluid, IV fluid, compared to normal is just, we both sit there and we're like, wow, it's great. We're kind of bracing ourselves for things crashing once I'm not pregnant anymore, and the potential for, the first 2 weeks after he's born, having some issues start to come back and potentially have a rough time. But, there's not a whole lot we can do about it. We'll just take it as it comes, and, I'll have fluid here that I can do, and, take it easy and all of that. Let's see. We also talked about, so she thought she was sure that they had ordered the kits for the newborn testing. But she couldn't find them. And the nurse who's there, who does IV stuff and everything, was not there today, so she couldn't ask him, and he would be the one who would have ordered the kits, or kit. So she's gonna look into that and get back to me and everything, and I'll pick them up some other time. But basically, what we're gonna be doing is testing through IGeneX, or IGeneX. Some people say IGeneX. I say IGeneX. And we'll be testing a sample of the cord and a sample of the placenta. No cord blood testing, because it's just not as accurate as testing tissue, which makes sense because that's kind of the case with adults and, other, in general, with testing for Lyme, is that it tends to be in the tissue much more than in the fluid. So that's actually great that we don't have to have a cord blood sample, because I want to do delayed cord clamping, and that just makes it so much simpler. We don't have to worry about, delaying it enough, but not too much, so that we can still get a sample and stuff. So, so that's great. Let's see. We'll be testing for both Lyme and Babesia. Even though Babesia has not really been an issue for me in the last year and a half or so, but because I have had it, she thinks that it's still a good idea to test for it. Hopefully all of that will come back clean. I've been on treatment the whole pregnancy, so I'm pretty confident that it'll be fine, but there's still, risks and whatever, and I haven't been on Babesia treatment, so we don't think that the infection is active in me, but who knows. So we'll be doing that. I also talked with her about, and this might be kind of, some people might find this a little gross, placental encapsulation, which is basically, it helps a ton with postpartum depression, with healing, balances your hormones and all kinds of stuff like that. Just kind of helps to level you out. And basically what it is you can do it yourself, but I would be hiring someone to do it. They take your placenta, they clean it, they steam it with some herbs and stuff to balance it out, as far as using like Chinese medicine. And then they dehydrate it, and then they crush it up, grind it up, and put it into capsules, and then you take the capsules. That might be more than a lot of you wanted to know about it, but the person that I have contacted about doing it was not sure if it was safe to do with Lyme. And so I talked to my doctor about it, and she said basically, at first she didn't really know what it was, so she said don't do it, but then we talked a little bit more about it, and she said that as long as the tests come back clean, that she sees no issue with me doing it. So that's good. So I don't know if it'll end up being that, like, I don't know if we can wait long enough to actually get the tests back, but it might be a case of doing it and then not taking any and waiting until the tests come back, and then if they're not clean, if they come back showing Lyme or Babesia, then just don't take them. We'll see. Let's see, what else was there? Not really a whole lot else at the appointment today, I don't think. I have one more appointment with her before my due date, and yeah, and I'll wait to hear from her about getting the testing kits. And I'm now at the point where I'm having prenatal appointments every 2 weeks, and those have all been great. There's not really any issues, which is weird. Like, it's so strange after so many years of dealing with issues and, illness and doctors and all that stuff, to have this period of time where it's just kind of like, okay, and not really doing a whole lot, and, things are good. So, hopefully, knock on wood, hopefully it will continue for the next 2 months and beyond. I mean, it'd be great if I could not have a huge crash, but we'll see. Yeah, so that's pretty much it. I only have like a half an hour before I have to go back out to go to the chiropractor, so I'll probably lie down for this short period of time that I have a break. So, yeah. I have nothing else to say, I guess. I will hopefully be back with an update sooner rather than later. I don't want to let this go and then all of a sudden be like, well, here's the baby. So I'll be back at least in the next month or so with another update. So, hope you're all doing well, and I will talk to you again soon.